switch go?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I always forget.
Yeah.
And if we want to undo that, I'd be okay with that.
Huh?
If you want to undo that, I'd be okay with that too.
Well, you just check it first.
Okay.
Before you get into anything like that,
Okay. All right. We're still checking.
On this car, to make it run, this wire has to be hot. I don't need to crank it, but you know, yeah. See that wire's hot?
Okay.
Oh, too hot.
That's ground.
Now I'm gonna reach in there and cut the switch off. See that? You should see that light go out. Either that, or it could be that that's wired direct. Is it off?
Yep.
On?
Yep.
Okay. So on is that way.
Yep.
Off is that way. So
Yep.
pushing it. So that's fire to your distributor.
Okay.
So on this type of car, that wire will put fire to your distributor.
Okay.
So if everything else is good, the only other thing you need to make it crank is for the motor to be turning over.
Okay.
Of course you need gas, right? But I mean, like in the old days, if you straight wire in a car, they had a coil with a plus and a minus on it. This doesn't have, this has a coil built into the distributor. So this wire goes into. If you reach in there and cut that switch off, push it that way.
It is that way.
Okay.
Would it help support it something small?
Yeah. She's got the bone. Supporting these front two barrels, these two right here.
What's
trying
it to you?
Trying to get these two, the front one, either side, both sides.
What's that? Yeah, enough.
Yeah, well, the motor just needs to turn over enough for it to pump fuel up to the carburetor, because the carburetor is bone dry. All the
Okay.
fuel is evaporated out of the line.
Oh, like a vacuum.
Hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Touchdown! My hands are stuck. You want to say something earth-shattering and...
Happy dance!
Wow. Life!
So it sounds like it's running enough to get a little gas left into the carburetor, so we're going to go over what's wrong with it and how to fix it. Great.
It did it again!
It's just cold.
No biggie.
No. So we just let it run a while we talk about what's going on.
Was I doing okay with the wiring?
Yeah, it was all totally unnecessary. The problem wasn't there.
So it wasn't the right path, right?
Huh?
It wasn't the right path, right? I mean, how
You
far
know,
went in and then...
it'd be like, let's just say if you got stung by a yellow jacket, you went to the hospital and they get open heart surgery on you. It'd be kind of like that. You know,
Way overthinking it.
well, you kind of go through simple things first. So, I tell you what's wrong with it. This wire, this jumper cable is hooked to a little wire that runs up to your ignition switch.
Okay.
Nothing.
Oh.
The reason you got nothing is because the hot wire that goes to the ignition switch, this ignition switch basically has power to it, but the power's turned off. When you turn it this way, this should send power up to the distributor, the wire I showed you, the yellow wire. When you do that, that sends power to your starter, and on your starter you've got a pole on top of the solenoid switch. And I had to jack the car up and show it to you because your starter's hard to see.
It's hard to get to.
But yeah, it is. But that power goes to that pole and it makes the motor go, you know.
Yeah.
So because you don't have wire hot, because your hot wire, your fire isn't making it to your switch, when you do that, nothing's happening. What I did was I clamped that onto the hot wire on your switch, and this is hooked to your battery, and I clamped that onto that wire so that we got contact. And now she cranks. Oh, I got the switch off. So what we need to do to fix it, and I'm not, you know, all this stuff you've done undone over here, I think you're able to you're going to be able to figure that out, or if not, we'll just rewire it because you're on the right track. You're basically just replacing an old fuse box with a new fuse box. Now the way I would have done that is one wire at a time. Instead of pulling out all the wires so that you don't know what works what, you like take a used fuse box, you take one wire, you do one wire, you test that one, you take another wire, you do another wire, you test it, you know. That would be like if you went to the doctor and they removed all your ribs and then they did the open heart surgery or something like that. So, but the first thing we have to do is figure out why this wire, because you've got a perfectly good wire that runs from the switch and it runs out there toward the battery. And you've got fire on the battery. So somewhere between there and the battery, that wire is not making contact any longer. And I think I can show you what I suspect it is. Is right down here. You see this big wire that comes off the battery, big red wire. And you got that little black wire that's connected there, which is probably connected to some kind of an aftermarket thing. And then you got this big healthy looking red wire which looks just like the wire that goes to the switch, and you see that big wire running through this thing, which looks like some sort of connector, I don't know. But then that runs down into here. See that tape on it? And then it disappears into here. I'm guessing something in here is not connected, and that's where you're losing your wire to your thing. So the fix for this is to find out where it's not connected, reconnect that, and you're good with that.
Okay.
Okay? Questions? If that fire and that light goes out, then we'll know that that's the right wire. And also, if we touch that wire somewhere up here and it comes on, but we touch it back there and it doesn't, then we'll know that that's where it's losing the fire. Does that make sense? So,
But you have to expose the wire.
well, we gotta isolate where's the problem. So
Yeah.
we know what to fix.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut this camera off. We can do this without being on camera.
Okay.